Good evening, viewers of Voice of Canada. We are back with our brand new episode with a wonderful guest we have got. You can see our whole our desk is full. We have got three wonderful guests today. You will be really interested to know who they are with my charming co-host Cindy Young, my very dear friend Marlene Gallyot, Mr. Lessner Gomez, and Mr. Lessner Gomez, who is in charge of Cuban travels from here. He manages everything from the Ministry of Tourism in Cuba. And we have got Mr. Roberts from Hola Sun Holidays.
Yes.
Welcome to our show, Voice of Canada.
Thank you.
Will you introduce yourself with your names? That's all.
Roberto Diaz. I'm from the Business Development Manager from Hola Sun Holidays,
Lovely.
a Canadian tour operator that is providing tour packages to Canadians for over 30 years already.
Yeah, it's a very popular travel agency.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of years. My name is Marlene Gallyot, and I am here representing for the Burto Hotels for Cuba.
My name is Lessner Gomez. I'm the director for the Cuba Tourist Board here in Canada. We promote our office, promote all the travel to Cuba for the Canadians.
Mr. Gessner, give us some information about your objectives over here in Canada. How you promote Cuba and how you manage your position in the best possible way.
Okay, thank you. First, thank you for the invitation. Our office is an office that have a lot of time here in Canada. We have two offices in Toronto and another office in Montreal.
Wow.
That means that we take also for the French part in Canada. Our office in Toronto, we take care of the all English part here in Canada.
Yeah, English part of Canada. Yeah.
Saint John, Calgary, Halifax, Vancouver, Ontario.
All other provinces and territories.
All the provinces, exactly. Yeah. Our office is always is promote the travel to
Definitely, your role is to promote.
Exactly, to Cuba. I don't know if you know that the first market that we have in Cuba is the Canadian market.
Yeah. I'm aware that the 97% of the tourists from Canada goes to Cuba.
Exactly.
And it's affordable. That for the poor Canadian tourists, Cuba is the best place.
If you for half idea, for example, for half idea in the 2018, more than 1 million Canadians traveled to Cuba.
Wow.
That's huge.
After 2020, 2021, we arrived the COVID.
COVID, pandemic.
All the industry was stopped. But Cuba, again, at the end of the 2022, it started recovering the travel to Cuba. And now, until just in 3 months, January, February, and March, we have more than 300,000 Canadians that travel.
Wow.
That means that maybe we
Those are
could
your
like,
prime months of that winter,
exactly,
right?
we could like for the 2023 have similar numbers that we have in the 2019. We have to work for, of course, with the principal airlines and tour operators
Definitely.
here in
But
Canada.
it needs improvement,
Exactly.
Some hotels and resorts, they really need improvement.
We have to,
But they all are doing very well.
One thing we did in Cuba while the pandemic, let's say, as in Canada, there was the CRB help support to those who were unemployed somehow.
Correct.
In Cuba, workers in the tourism, they took care of their area.
Wow.
In hotels, I mean, bartenders
good,
took
very
care of
good.
a bar area and
So kept them
renovate.
employed.
So
It's
every
under government.
employee
Everything
took
is
care
under government.
on the renovation. So it was a time in which we used, or Cuba used, the possibility to renovate all the
And
tourist
renovate also.
facilities.
Also, not all the things for government. Also we have a small company that are from private company. Also, we have a private restaurant that may service to the tourists that visit Cuba too. We have private bars. We have private, different things. And also one of the new things that improving that Cuba doing for the tourist industry is that this market, private local market can sell their own products for the farm to the hotels and to the different
Very
companies.
good.
And during the COVID, Cuba doing something important in the hotel and the things that we use for the excursion, at the airports, at the Nautica, we make a reparation, we make a upgrade to all these hotels. And now, for example, we have internet, really good internet at the hotel. We have really good internet at the airport. We paint everything. We remodulate all the hotels, all the rooms. And now we go ahead with a new imagine from our tourism industry. That's mean, or that is the reason why the Canadian repeat.
Yeah, because I also love Havana. Whenever I'm in Veradero, I make it a point to visit Havana for 2 days, 2 or maximum 3 days even, because I love the capital city.
That is the perfect combination.
And even the hotel standard is very high. I stay at Malina,
Okay.
Malia Hotel, which is facing the Cuban harbor.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have a Melia Hotel is one of the principal hotel exchange, but also a new one that we have in Cuba 3 or 4 years ago. We have Mutu Hotel.
Mutu Hotels.
Mutu
Oh,
Hotels.
they're brand
They
new.
love it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Also, the Indians that live here in
Mhm,
Toronto invite the family that live in India and go there because it's a really nice auction.
They have got
For
all
the-
options,
yeah,
even
exactly.
for the marriage and for the
Exactly.
destination wedding also.
The food,
The restaurants,
restaurant.
yeah.
We have the Indian chef there.
Oh, wow,
wow.
wow.
Yeah.
We are improved. We are making a lot improved.
No, it's high time that the Cuba should open up.
1 month
to the
ago,
world.
1 month ago, they opened a really nice hotel, really nice resort in Havana. That is a beautiful with the
So
best
next time,
technology.
hopefully, we will go to this Mutu
you-
Hotel in Havana.
Yes,
Our
you
office,
should. You're welcome.
I know that my minister of the tourism, personally me, we can invite you to go to
Thank
Cuba.
you. We are grateful.
Whether you like it.
Grateful.
It's important that now in May, maybe if you want to go, you can make a program.
She's going this Monday.
Yeah, but she go holiday. I just invite you to go to FIC Cuba.
Okay.
FIC Cuba is the biggest event that we have for the tourist industry in
Lovely,
Cuba.
lovely. Awesome.
They're going to start the May 1st until May 5, and you can go there. All the travel agents, airline, the media, not just from Canada, also for the other region of the world. It's global activity. It's really important. I can invite you if you like, and you can.
Definitely, we'll contact you. We'll contact you with
Absolutely.
the
That sounds
Marlene.
absolutely
Go ahead.
amazing.
Go ahead.
A very special welcome. It's such a pleasure meeting you, and I'm already learning a lot. You're all three of you are here together today. If you could just inform our viewers the purpose of the interview with us today on a joint basis.
Sure. So I guess I can speak for both of them.
Yeah,
They
one
can-
by one. Yeah,
yeah,
give a
so
little
you
speech.
can just tell us why you're here today.
Well, again, we are a tour operator based in, we have also our sister company in Montreal. We are Awaz Ent Holidays, Toronto based, covering English-speaking regions.
Means you have got two branches covering
And we
the
have
whole of
Carib
Canada.
Soul in Montreal, which is a sister company offering the same products, and for more than 30 years. So we do
Wow.
have a direct flight. Today we're flying to 4 international airports in Cuba and connecting 11 destinations. So covering from Havana to Holguin area, so east to west of the main destinations in Cuba, and conforming packages and with the ground handler in Cuba, we do
That's very
organize
good.
also
When we go,
all type
we
of
land, we get the
excursions.
buses and escort.
Not
and
only
tour guide.
Havana.
Everything is so much.
Yeah,
very
I mean,
well
not only Havana, which is one of the oldest city and World Heritage by
the
UNESCO,
culture.
but we do have more than 7 World Heritage in Cuba, and we organize also visit to those areas. Trinidad by the center of the island, Santiago de Cuba by the east,
East.
and also mountains, all the opportunities in Cuba. We are trying also to increase not only the sun and beach, but the culture
Culture of
and the
Cuba.
patrimonials that we have all over the island.
Lovely.
Amazing to
Awesome.
experience that.
Well, I am here because I'm currently working with the Mutu Hotels, and they have like 11 functioning resorts at this point, but I think they're reaching up to 16 soon. And like Mr. Lessner said, that they are so well organized when it's coming to diversity and multiculturalism. they've opened up like Indian restaurants. I think he must have been the first person, I think, that opened up an Indian
That's a
restaurant.
very good move.
a
That's a good
Bollywood
move to
stage.
capture the market.
Exactly. And so we're trying to promote, I do my best to promote weddings because weddings are a
Destination
big market.
weddings are
Destination
popular.
weddings.
Every second day
And,
or every day
yeah.
we see the beach wedding.
And we get larger groups that way. So, and now I think with all the doors opening, with the minister coming in recently and explaining the opportunities for all these hotels, I'm here. I'm here to represent for the hotels.
So anybody who wish to get married in Cuba, contact Voice of Canada
Correct.
or Marlene Gallyot, and we will
our
immediately
co-host,
connect to her, and she will arrange from A to Z all the
Exactly.
arrangements
Yeah.
from the day of your departure to after you return from the wedding,
Thank
successful
you, Mr.
wedding
Thank
ceremony.
you, Kathy. Thank you.
Well, I'm here first of all because I saw that you have a lot of followers. Your program.
No, we are a popular thing.
You're really popular.
And people like you.
And then I have to go there to promote Cuba.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Cuba is a beautiful.
That's why we welcome you with
Yeah.
a warmly welcome you.
Yes.
Cuba is a really beautiful country.
Yeah.
The more important thing of Cuba is a really safe country.
Mhm.
Yes.
Really safe in the whole of Caribbean. I can vouch for it.
In all the Caribbean and
The biggest
yes,
among the
I
Caribbean
felt
countries.
extremely safe last year when they went.
exactly. And the other thing I think that is important that we have people that is unique. You know, we have our culture that is unique. We have
Beautiful culture.
We have our cigar that is unique.
Yes.
When you are talking about rum, it's unique Havana Club.
The rum is the main thing.
And
Rum and the cigar.
Pretty
Exactly.
popular there, yes.
And then we have a lot of things that I think that we can share with the Canadians and also with the Indians that live here and the Indians that live in India that to go to Cuba for holiday. A lot of opportunity also to share with the people
Definitely,
there.
definitely.
Because
Very friendly and hospitable, I would say. Very hospitable.
more than the 35% of the Canadians that fly to Cuba, they repeat.
They go back. Yeah, more they go back. Yeah.
And when you ask to them why, and they say the people. It's
The
amazing.
people, hospitality,
Yes,
and affordable.
And very
Main
affordable.
thing, very
exactly.
affordable.
Yes.
And also we
Yeah.
have a really good value
For
that
your money.
For the
yes.
dollar.
is the beach. We have amazing beach. We have 2 or 3 or 5. We have a beautiful beach in all the island, but we have 3 or 5 beaches like in Cayo Largo Beach or Playa Pilar in Cayo Guillermo or Mucho Mirante, what is the beach over
Yeah.
there?
But it's a
Yes.
Caribbean Sea, no? Where
It's
they
a
made it,
Caribbean
where
Atlantic. Some
yeah.
party from Caribbean, the other party from Atlantic.
Hmm.
But they are really competitive, and also they're between the 10, the 20 more
Right.
popular in the world.
The beach
You know,
was absolutely
Paradero
amazing.
It's amazing.
Varadaro is a very lovely
It's a
resort.
really famous, really
And
popular.
I think there are more than 100 or 150 resort hotels over there.
Yeah.
The whole strip is there. It takes about 15, 20 minutes in a vehicle
Yeah.
to go from one end to the other end. Because I remember Punta Rena is in the one end,
And yes,
and then we used to travel to that. And even we used to view to weather, good weather, hot weather.
Well, that's what I was
Right,
gonna
right.
say. That's what I was gonna say. We have almost 300 days
Hot
sunshine
weather. Yeah.
and
Sun.
over 25 degrees.
Average 28, 26.
Yeah,
degrees.
exactly.
So I always think for Canadians, that's a
The
blessing.
last-
That's
the
like
last
heaven.
Friday.
Yeah.
It's a summer for us.
It's yeah.
The last Friday was a snowing here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Minus 8 degrees, and Cuba was 29 degrees.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe
Yeah,
how
it's the same-
warm the
yeah.
ocean is too.
It
It's
is.
It
just
is.
So
It is.
super beautiful.
37 degrees.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I laid in it all day.
Mhm.
It's just beautiful.
And that is why I'm here, because I think that Cuba is a really nice destination. That I said before, a really sexy destination for the Caribbean market.
Absolutely.
And they have a lot of opportunity to do new things in Cuba. But also we like to promote.
Right.
Normally we have a wedding every day, but I think that we have the opportunity from Canada
Canada.
to have the trip or the wedding that I will
Yeah, the,
Destination
the
wedding.
anniversaries.
That
Yeah.
is the work that I'm doing with
Marlene. Because she represents our Canadian market.
Exactly. And she's very good in the wedding, for the organization of the weddings. Not wedding, but also honeymoons, renewal boat, bachelor
Anniversaries.
anniversary, everything that we can do in Cuba. We have in each hotel in Cuba, we have a program for that, to do that.
Wow.
We have like an office, like a customer service office that they take care of that.
The tourism office, the spatial tourism
It makes it
office.
so much easier for
Yeah.
everyone.
That's become
Yeah.
very easier and very good. But
And that is one of the goals that we have here in Canada that
Yeah.
send Indians wedding to
definitely,
Oh.
And
definitely.
one thing that is important, papers, if you get married in Cuba, are recognized by the Canadian
Deputy
government.
government, yeah.
So
Ah.
it is
So it is 100%
Yes.
safe.
Yeah,
There's no worries.
That you
So
have
they don't have to
already done.
come
You
and
don't have
again
to take care of
register marriage
coming back and
office.
reorganize everything.
That
Oh,
certificate is
amazing.
acceptable.
Exactly.
Exactly. Exactly.
We will take a short break and we'll be soon back with you. Come back after a short break. We welcome our same guest who are with us in our show. It's a very, very interesting show today because people and Canadians love Cuba. And the most frequent visits we do is usually we go to Cuba. The thing is, it's affordable, it's in a short distance, people are very hospitable, lesser crime, and there are no hassles at all in Cuba.
No.
We go with a smile and come with a bigger smile
Yes.
from Cuba.
Yeah.
So I welcome all my guests again after
Thank
the
you.
short break.
You.
My co-host is Cindy Young. Cindy, will you explain in detail? Sorry, Marlene, will you explain in detail your real role you play and what all you can offer to Canadians?
Well, apart from just doing weddings for the Moto hotels or for any hotel for that matter, I also try to promote Cuba. Because
Definitely.
when I went to Cuba, I fell in love with the Cubans. I love the culture. And I think that's great opportunity because everything is so much cheaper if you're getting married there. The packages are very affordable for anyone that wants to get married. So, and I gained great friends, like I gained Mr. Lessner and Mr. Robert, because now we can work together in sync to
Definitely.
make it, to further our
Promote Cuba
and promote
and the ties between Canada and Cuba.
exactly, and me being with my network in Canada and
Definitely, yes. So you have got a wide range of outreach
I
network.
try to reach out, and it's going to get the Muthus a little bit now. Just recently started with the weddings, but I'm sure in time they are going to be pretty
It will
busy as well.
gradually,
Yeah.
for sure.
Go ahead.
So next question, if you can just inform us and our viewers on what your main role is here in Canada and how each one of you managed to give your best hospitality in Cuba to our Canadian tourists and our Canadian couples, of course, going for weddings, who are getting married in the 2023 and plan to hold their wedding in Cuba.
I will ask Mr. Robert about the kind of tour trips that they need and
You
the packages
organize.
that they can organize.
The
for
The
the
packages. Talk about a little
Yeah,
bit about
packages.
packages, various kind of
We
packages.
do put together, depending on the demand,
couple. Mhm,
Right.
budget and destinations,
mhm.
hotels with seats on the plane, transportation inland,
Transportation on landing and about till
to make the
departure.
whole package.
Mhm.
So once
So
you
nothing
pay
to worry about.
something, you have everything included.
So
As we have the ground handler that
Mhm.
is ours, we do offer our services.
All
once in
found. You
destination.
can say all
Once
found
you get there, you have a representative
Mhm.
that will be taking care of you. Will be providing information about all things you need to know, returning excursions to be done in the area, or anything that you have to organize while in Cuba. It will follow up. So we have a
And every
representative
hotel
everywhere.
and resort has a travel desk.
To have a travel desk and have a
giving you full
representative that pass
information.
by.
They can do everything.
So,
they can book you,
yeah.
and they are really a
Connections
great
are-
help.
So if someone
Exactly.
came to me and they said, Marlene, we want to get married. First, I will want to know like how many people want to go in, what's their budget, and what type of a wedding they want.
they want.
Because you can have, like he said, just a
A budgeted wedding at the same time, a lavish
a
wedding.
legal
Yes.
or a non-legal ceremony, and then I will be in touch with the travel agent, and they would create the package which is fitting for them, which is affordable for them, and I will guide them right through, and I will be in touch with the event planners of
Event
the
planners
hotel,
also.
so that we work in sync. And any questions I have Mr. Lessner here, who's always ready with answers, so we can't go wrong as a team.
Also, we have a website The name is www.gocuba.ca.
GoCuba.ca. Oh, lovely.
All the clients can find all the information from about Cuba. Not
good.
just what kind of
You're gonna have to look
visa
that
you have
up.
to use,
Mhm.
also
Mhm.
about the weddings, about the excursion, about the
Oh,
hotels.
beautiful.
And our office have a program that more than 60 shows that we make
Mhm.
through Canada.
For Canada,
Ah.
especially for Canada,
It's like
caters
a
to
station
Canada.
show, wedding
Yeah.
show,
Nice.
special show in Calgary, Vancouver that I said
Uh-huh.
before. And then we promote all of the programs that we have.
Mhm.
And the for Canadian is really easy go to Cuba.
Mm.
First
Yes.
is your 3 hours and a half, the flight.
Flights
Flight is the
easy.
shortest, you know.
Short. Yep.
Also, we have a combination with Awaz Ent, tour operator with the flights, with the
And so many
excursion.
flights, so many airlines operating.
Right now, this week we have more than 170 flights a week.
Wow, wow.
The winter season for different airlines.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
Exactly.
And it's not just the hotel; it's an all-inclusive.
It's
All
all-inclusive.
inclusive
Everything
package.
is there.
But we need more packages for Havana. What I will find
We are-
out,
we
yeah,
are
packages for Havana is
we
not
are
available.
providing and having
If
Mutu
all packages are there,
hotels in
hotels are expensive in Havana.
Varadero
Yeah.
and in Havana. We're providing kind of combos.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
So 2-3 nights Havana, 3-4 nights in Varadero.
Oh,
Varadero.
providing,
That's
and
that would be awesome.
That makes
Get
all
the experience of
inclusive
both.
and culture.
Yeah.
And with the expansion of Mutu, we are offering as well Cayo Coco with Ciego de
Oh,
Avila,
lovely.
or
Oh,
so Holguin
That's very good
with the
linking.
Holguin City, so you can combine culture and
that's
beach and relax at the same time.
That is one of the first things that we try to promote for this year.
Mhm.
Is promote Havana. For that
Havana,
reason, we
yeah.
have a-
Promote Havana and make it
definitely
more
have to go and see
affordable
that.
because everybody complains that there are no packages available.
Mhm.
All three
Yes.
meals, boarding, lodging, hotel, because we pay a big amount in Havana.
Mhm.
That is the reason why the Fit Cuba 2023 will be in Havana.
Mhm.
And also that is the reason why we have had this week with the Minister of the Tourism that recently some meetings with some new airline
Mhm.
that they're going to fly to Havana and make combination from Toronto, Havana and Varadero, but not just Varadero, also to Pinar del Rio because the people want to know about the Cuban cigars.
Correct.
Or to
Yeah,
Matanzas.
just gonna get there.
And
We have been to the factories of Cuban cigar
Exactly.
in Havana. I've been there.
It's important that the people that is watching this program knows that Cuba is not just sun and beach.
Correct.
Cuba
yes.
is a lot of things.
That's what I
Cuba
want to
is
experience
people,
now,
is
listening to this.
culture,
Cuba is full of fun and its
Yeah.
birth.
Exactly. Cuba
It's
is
a lot of culture.
Exactly. And when you make this combination with the people in Havana, you go to the Bodeguita del Medio to drink the mojito.
Mojito,
Yes.
yeah. Mojito is a very popular
Yeah,
drink.
exactly.
Okay, first thing we land, first day we say the bartender
They meet you
give
with
a
it.
mojito.
Or piña colada.
Pina
Yeah.
colada, yeah.
Floridita.
Yes.
Or go to the one of the more famous cabaret in the Caribbean that is in America, that is the Tropicana.
And so much of
there's-
seafood barbecue we get, especially the lobster and the Japanese restaurant and the Spanish restaurant and the Chinese restaurant, all speciality.
And the music all around. Because everywhere
And the
you go,
shows.
There is
and
a music,
and
and every
dancing.
night there is a show, and every night the hotel
Oh,
or
your
resort.
salsa.
You know, I close
Yeah.
my eyes. Yeah, you can imagine you in the old Havana with the old car,
Yes.
American old car with the mojito, with the
Yeah, we still enjoy the ride in Cuba, Havana, especially the old-fashioned cars of 50s.
Yeah, that is something that is.
We always make it a point to sit in a convertible in Havana. Those are still available.
It's important that Cuba is not just sun and beach. It's a lot of things that you can do in Cuba: diving, bike, because it's a country safe.
Snorkeling also.
Snorkeling. Go to
Hiking.
the hiking.
Hiking, yeah.
Hiking,
There
yeah.
are nice waterfall through the mountains.
Wow, wow.
And wild and exotic
Amazing.
plants.
So which part of Cuba this waterfall and all is there? Because I have not seen
By
that.
the center mainly.
Okay.
Cienfuegos, Trinidad, all that center area.
I see.
Which is
Mhm.
the center north.
Uh-huh.
Cayo Coco, South Cienfuegos, Trinidad.
So it's kind of in the middle.
In that area, even Cayo Santa Maria, being in that area, you are by the center of the mountains, or by the east side where Santiago de Cuba is.
Right.
or Holguin.
Yes.
Holguin, most of the hotel are by the beach side, but by the ending of the mountain. So you
Oh,
have
very
the
good.
background
I'm gonna
of
look
the
for that.
mountains around,
Yeah.
together with the beach and the
Lovely, lovely.
lovely.
Maybe I
water
can get some
scene.
hiking in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they may.
Marlene,
Yeah, I love
inform our
hiking.
viewers, as you are promoting the Indian culture and the Indian weddings, mostly at Muthu hotels. Will they be providing if they want to have the religious ceremony performed by the Hindus or in India? There are two kinds of marriage. They have the vow, they take 7 times vow, and they even have a tokra marriage. So, two kinds of marriage, will they be able to provide those ceremonies?
We are working on all of those things that they're looking for.
We'll be having a Hindu priest and everything.
So we encourage them to bring the priest and come in case.
Acha, bring the priest and come.
Bring the
Okay.
priest. And also just recently we were discussing with Mr. Lessner and the minister about even halal. And
Yeah, you can catch that segment too,
Which is like-
because lots of Muslims
it's a lot-
from Canada, they are visiting Cuba for their honeymoon and for travel tourism also.
Right. So we are really working hard on all the things that we find necessary for that. And yes, we are also, I discussed with the Muthu hotels I can speak about.
Definitely.
Even the kitchen, they are okay with the guest using part of the kitchen. So they can even bring their own cook. if they
Oh,
want.
wow, wow.
And so that's
But they have
amazing,
got,
right?
Cuba has got lovely
They're
chefs.
amazing,
Yeah.
right?
That is
Yes.
amazing that I have met few
They're
chefs.
giving you all these
They
options.
really cater to international standards.
Yes.
We can make a combination between the Cuban food
Yeah,
Cuban
exactly.
food and international
with the
food.
spices.
Yeah, with the hot
At the
sauce.
same time, fresh.
So you should talk about the spices now that we.
Huh, really?
Yeah, we are working a lot idea for this market. Also, we are looking for here in Canada. That is more easy the way to bring to Cuba.
Okay.
Some suppliers that can give the supply to like spices, the food, the
Things that
meat,
don't really grow.
everything that we can put out of the hotel.
Right.
That is important, and then the client have more satisfaction.
Correct.
When
So there
at the
won't be any
restaurant,
more
so-
complaints about bland food. For
Mhm.
some
But
of
Mr.
the-
Lessner, we also, Canada imports 90% of its commodities we import.
Mhm.
So if you see for spices are generally imported from India and Pakistan.
India,
Correct.
The
Pakistan,
major two
and-
suppliers,
Yeah.
and I've seen the same supply, same brands
Right.
in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And I
Yes.
was shocked to see the same brands they are bringing in. So Cuba should also introduce those brands so people may feel at home.
We are working. We are
I brought my
working-
hot sauce with me.
You know, I'm a Cuban. I live in Cuba. I'm 100% Cuban. Yeah, I love the spices. So
Yeah.
when I arrive here, the people ask me, "How you the Cuban love the spices?" I love the spices. It's something that always
Yeah.
I'm with.
A little kick to it.
I always tell Mr. Lessner that I think he's got some Indian blood in him.
No, Cubans have generally, because they say that Spanish have got about 25% of Indian
Yes.
blood.
But
Yeah.
he loves the culture. He loves the food. He
Mhm.
loves spicy food.
You know, we have
So
a
the way-
famous spice that the name is habanero.
Habanero.
Habanero, yeah. Habanero, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Habanero chicken and habanero, we always
I
love
enjoy
Indian
that.
The
food.
idea
too.
is that when
So
you travel to
delicious.
Cuba, you feel like home. For that
Yes.
reason, the Canadians
Yes.
say that Cuba is the second home
Yes.
because at the winter season they escape to Cuba,
Yeah.
and then they feel like Cuba. And if we give food, drinks,
Full package, A
Yeah,
to
full
Z. You
package.
don't have to worry. Once you land and you know you're going to get a breakfast, you're going to get a lunch, you're going to get a dinner. And even after the dinner, late night burger is available
Yes.
at 1 o'clock.
Snack
That also,
bars,
snack
24
is open.
hours.
Shows are there.
Yeah.
Then they even have a picnic at night on the beach.
Yeah.
During one of the weeks. They have lots of games. It's fun.
Beach parties.
Now we are talking about food.
Yeah.
I think that when we finish, we have to go to the restaurant to eat.
But then I'm eating a hamburger at 3 a.m.
Cindy, you're going to go to the Muthu Hotel
Yes.
on Monday to the Almarante. So
You are going to the
welcome
Yes.
hotels
to
only.
the Muthu
You'll be
Hotel.
getting a link and a contact from
Yeah.
Marlene.
I can't
And
wait.
I think
Yeah,
all
can't
5
wait.
of you are going to really enjoy, because
So
while
excited.
Marlene will put in a word by email, to look after you all.
I'm
You all are
so
special guests.
appreciative.
You are a co-host of Voice of Canada. She's
Exactly, yeah.
definitely going to
Cuba
say.
give the welcome to you.
Yes.
Monday, and
My one-time experience with Cuba has me sold. From
Okay.
now on, I absolutely love Cuba, and I was absolutely amazed by the hospitality.
Your whole group will adore
everything.
you because you are
Yes.
taking a contact for them.
Yes.
And it will make much more things easier.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And warm
I'm
welcome.
really
Go ahead.
appreciative. So my question is for Mr. Lessner. If you can inform us and our viewers, and you've talked about this a little bit already, as the Cuban resort's done renovations and improved their supply of food items, which is under the control of your government, and as internet services improved as well. And I know you did mention that as well, which is nice to hear because internet's,
Because in the
important.
past visits, I
Yeah.
found that the internet in Cuba was very, very slow.
was.
And it was limited.
And it would knock you out.
Very limited, not even providing
Yeah.
that in the room. You have to go down, go sit near that
Right.
old-fashioned monitor and do your and each page to move. It was difficult for us.
Yeah, now in this case, for example, the internet will work in two ways. The
Okay.
first, give a coverage, total coverage the hotel.
Mhm.
Okay.
Now, for example, you can go to the beach
Oh.
and you can connect it from the beach. You can
Oh
connect it from
wow,
your room,
wow!
you can
That's
connect it
going to be
Oh,
really good.
that's huge.
That is a
Yeah.
huge,
Also,
going to be a
Cuba-
great
Cuba
success.
Cuba is working in give a really better quality of the signer because
Mm.
they are now working in a cover, connecting cover with the Martinica, I think,
Mhm.
from Martinica,
Mhm.
and they're going to give a really high connectivity, really high speed.
With the high speed.
Highest speed to the
Oh,
country.
very good.
That is one way. The second way that we are working too is, do you remember that when you was to Cuba, you had to ask for a car,
Mhm.
then you have to
Yes.
introduce the
Take the
code,
number,
to everything. Now,
Yes.
we are now when the client arrives in the check-in,
Mhm.
just they give you a password and then you connect
In that way.
That way. But
Okay.
we are upgrade this thing too because we in the future, but short, no in 1 year.
In the near future, yeah.
In the near future, we're going to use the internet when you make the check-in like here in Canada. You
Wow,
have to put your
wow.
room number and the last name.
Okay.
And then
Oh.
automatically you go.
Automatically
and
you are
don't
checked
have
in.
to check exactly. You
Yeah.
don't have to
How
check.
convenient that is.
Yeah.
That's
But
great.
also at the airport, for example, we put the Wi-Fi with the internet, and
Uh-huh.
you have a free internet. The first 30 minutes that you are at the airport.
Uh-huh.
If you go to the lounge, the VIP lounge,
Mhm.
Mhm.
you have a full internet
Connection.
free
Yes.
connection
Mhm.
free.
The passengers, yeah.
The free. Then you have full connection at the airport,
Mhm.
but if you go to the VIP,
Mhm.
you have free
Okay.
connection. You don't have to pay nothing.
Nothing.
And the
Okay.
VIP at the airport is a beautiful place. Always I like to speak about the VIP
Mhm.
because during the 2-3 hours that you are waiting the
Mhm.
plane,
At the airport, yeah.
you have all inclusive drinks,
Mhm.
all inclusive food,
Snacks, everything.
internet in this
yeah.
place. And it's a really-
Because I recall the similar facility I used to enjoy at Montego Bay in
Oh,
Jamaica.
right.
So they had a VIP arrangements. We were put into the VIP lounge. Everything was done from there.
Mhm.
The lady used to come collect our passport. Even she used to collect our luggage.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, we used to sit and have drinks. We used to chit chat.
Just relax.
Then they used to call media to talk to us because I used to carry my Canadian delegation
Mhm.
to Jamaica because I was going for 4 years
Right.
on behalf of United Nations.
The last
Okay.
week I received the good news too about internet
Mm.
that now they start with Paradero. Now
Mhm.
all the catamarans in Paradero
Uh-huh.
will be easy internet connection.
Internet connected with Wi-Fi
Also, we are working at the buses.
buses.
All the catamaran in all the country. And Cuba, right now, I think that more than 80-90% of the population also.
Yeah, they
now.
use internet.
They have Facebook, they have.
Everywhere.
And I was happy to see during my last visit that now we see the new well-equipped buses,
Mhm.
though they are made in China and South Korea, but they are beautiful.
Yeah.
They are
they're-
just like a Toyota. Even I could not believe seeing a car. It was just like a Camry, Toyota Camry. But when I went near, the name was different. It was in Chinese.
Yeah.
But so neat that I was very happy
Well,
that Cuba is opening up the
there's
facilities,
been a renovation on the transportation
transportation
as
side.
well because it's something needed. I mean, there again, it is increasing. Tourists not wanting to stay just at the beach, but wanting to
They wanna
move a little
travel
bit
now,
around.
move around.
So we needed those transportation to move not only groups, but those who wanted to rent a car and move freely everywhere.
Also, another change that Cuba made from the tourism is really good for Canadians is the currency.
Currency,
Yeah,
yeah.
currency.
Otherwise, you're okay.
Exactly. Now you can pay with the Canadian dollars.
Oh.
And also, but
Okay.
you can buy, when you apply to the airport or the front desk
Right.
at the hotel, you can buy like a gift card,
Uh-huh.
100, 200, 5,000.
Uh-huh.
This is a card because you can pay with this card in all the shop,
And
at
Cuba.
the restaurant, buy the
Oh.
excursion, and then you don't need to use cash.
Right.
You don't need to use
You don't
cash.
even need to bring it
and
then.
those
No.
are
And the Canadian currency is
And
freely
the,
used
and the Canadian currency now is allowed everywhere.
Right.
everywhere.
And it's taken everywhere. You can even use your debit card.
Yeah, I did.
So
that,
you don't have to worry about.
And all our,
Oh,
we used
Yeah,
to
we
use
use
our
it.
Visa cards and all, and we
I always
use
brought
frequently in
cash, and
Cuba.
now I know.
So there is no worries to carry heavy cash.
The reason I
No.
said that for Canadians is really easy to go to.
It's a heaven.
Yeah.
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 It's,
Acha, Mr. Lessner,
Yeah.
people worldwide know that the Cuban doctors are very well versed in the medical field. What is the secret that the Cuban doctors are so well known, but still they are not allowed to serve other foreign countries, except you allow your doctors to go and service in Venezuela?
No, we have a doctor around the world. We have doctors in Africa. We have doctors.
So your doctors are allowed?
Right now, we have doctors.
Oh, lovely.
We have in Mexico. Mexico start receiving doctors from Cuba. And also, if the government tomorrow, the government from Canada need doctors,
So they are ready to serve. Cuba is ready to
They're
supply.
ready to come.
that.
Mhm.
I don't know if you have the information.
That's a
For
new
example,
policy, what I heard.
Yeah,
During
this is
the COVID,
amazing.
During the COVID, our doctors made 5 vaccine candidates for the COVID.
Yeah, Cuba had
That we
introduced their own
use. That
vaccine.
we
Yeah.
use. We have
more
our
than
own
that.
vaccine.
Was the first country in the world that
made their own
put the
vaccine.
to the population.
Oh,
And also
And to the children.
to the children, the first
And to the
To the
children.
children.
Wow,
We
wow,
had our own
wow.
vaccine for children's newborn.
right.
So in order to prevent.
Protect them from COVID.
And we provide it from our laboratories.
Oh, lovely.
That's it.
Oh, very
But
good.
we have doctors around the world.
To go and abroad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
All
very
the
good.
countries that need the Cuban help and everything, Cuba always gives their heart and they have to.
And the people can easily travel from Cubans can come to other countries if they wish to travel.
Now it's more easy.
Now it's easier because
Cuba open
previously it was totally they were
The,
landlocked.
the problem always
Yeah.
been the visa requirement
From other countries.
from other countries, not for
Right.
Cuba. I mean, Cuba, you get your passport, but then once you have your passport, you need a visa.
What are the reasons that the Cubans they don't return? That's why the visa problem is there. The Cubans go to other foreign countries and they don't want to return back. That was the cause of Cuban government's concern or the other embassies not issuing visa.
Like
That's-
it happens in almost
Almost all the
Exactly.
countries, yeah.
Yeah,
So
everywhere.
it's just it's pretty common
Just part of
in
Yeah.
all
what it's,
countries.
yeah, what it is.
Go ahead.
Exactly. So we did talk a little bit about the pandemic, and Mr. Lessner, if you can inform us and our viewers that the world has now opened its door after the long pandemic, and what are the rules now for travelers to follow as far as vaccinations are concerned for Cuba? And do we have to carry a proof of vaccinations or take a COVID test prior to arrival?
But I said before, for Canadians,
Everything is good.
it's really
Easy.
Yeah.
peasy.
Just the last year we started with the website. The name is De Viajeros. In this website, you fill here in Canada 72 hours before your travel.
Okay.
Right.
Then I recommended to you to
Yes.
before your travel.
That's right.
Acha, she has to.
That normally you put your
That declaration.
flight, the declaration, if you are full vaccinated or not, it's not. But we don't ask for nothing in Cuba.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
to Cuba, you have to show your passport when you arrive.
But carry the certificate or no?
No, you don't.
No.
You
Don't
Now
have
no
to
more.
bring it.
No more. No.
Oh, okay.
But how is the situation of COVID in Cuba? It's a COVID free or there are cases
No, Cuba is back to the normal.
back to
Yeah.
normal?
No,
like-
right now. The
like
last year we're back to the normal.
Mhm.
Nobody talk about COVID.
Okay.
Maybe we have 2, 3, 4 cases from COVID around the world, but like the
There's a lot
world.
of people
We
coming
know it's still
out.
around.
And what about the mask
It may be
policy?
somebody-
Do you all wear to wear masks anywhere or no more?
No.
No.
Any
Well, back to the
places
normal.
back to normal,
Back to normal.
not in hospitals or anywhere.
What mean the back to the normal? That everything is open. you don't have to use the mask to go indoor or
Mhm.
in the different places. But we back to the normal. You can go. Everything is open. The excursion from Guantanamo to Pinar del Rio to the east to the west.
Yeah.
Everything you can rent your car. You can.
Just like pre-pandemic.
Yeah, it's pretty-
So is Cuba importing the essential items? Because initially when I went twice, the initial basic items were not available.
Yeah,
If, for example, soap, shampoos, creams, nail polishes, and other things what women usually love. Chocolates, cheese.
Is there
So-
things that you should bring
But we
with
have
you?
our local cheese. We have a really
You have a
Yeah,
good local
lots
cheese,
of-
yeah.
Lots of
Because we always used to carry a lot of these items
Yeah.
for gifts
We
Yeah.
have
to the staff, and they used to love us.
Mhm.
Should you still do that?
Yeah, we carry them.
Yeah.
They carry those
So what are some of the things that you would bring?
from Canada. What they love from
Well, like,
Canada,
what would they appreciate?
especially the
you
food
bringing for them?
items or
For example, we import from Canada chicken. For example,
Chicken.
the people love chicken.
uh,
Spices. Also, we imported beer. Not beer, but also because we have our own,
Right,
our own
the
beer.
crystal-
do you import ice wine, the famous Canadian ice wine?
Maybe it's not from Canada, but they base here.
Mhm.
We're a house here. We import from here. We import a lot of things, from.
Uh-huh. That's
so if
very
you're
good.
traveling and you wanted to bring something to them, what kind of
You
things
can
would you bring
You can bring.
that they would like?
Normally, for example, you allow to the traveler bring a bag from food if you like, spices, medicine.
Oh, medicine.
You can
Gift items we can carry. We always carry, and they don't mind because they are not of any commercial value.
This could be
We
for-
tell them
for
that these
your
are for the
Yes.
Cuban people,
All the
for our
time.
friends
Right.
and well wishers at the hotel and the resorts,
You are allowed to bring the
and they feel happy. Even
Yeah,
you won't
for
believe it. The
sure.
customer, if the supper check said, "Sir, can I have a bar of chocolate?" We immediately
No.
give them.
Chocolate,
For
yes.
Cubans, even if we have it, if it's coming from Canada or from India
Yeah.
or from anywhere,
Appreciate
it's
it.
something new
Yeah.
New.
and different.
Yes.
So
Different.
we do appreciate it.
Right.
It's like your cigars.
yeah, exactly.
Or your rum.
Being a Canadian wine, it is something different.
Different for them.
So it always gives pleasure to get this type of things.
Also, when you go to the market here, when you see the avocado from the Caribbean, from Mexico, that's great.
Mhm.
Also, for the
Don't worry about it, Cuban rum now.
Sorry, my production is giving me signs twice that the time is getting over for our interview. We would love to have you again. It was a very
Yes.
interesting interview
So-
because
Thank you.
there were 3 guests and all 3 of you explained your views and how to promote Cuba and what a Canadian tourist can do in Cuba. So we would like to thank all of you, Marlene, Mr. Roberts, Mr. Lessner,
Thank
for
you.
coming to our show. And God willing, we'll soon edit the show and we'll release here in Canada. At the same time, we'll give you the link so even people can watch in Cuba, in your own country. So it's always a pleasure. We will be keep promoting. If there is any other good news during 2023, please give us a call. Let us know, and we'll make a slot available for you to come and announce it.
2023 going to be a successful year for
So after just a quarter or maybe a little more, we'll invite you again. Okay, what is happening new? What new has happened in Cuba? With that note, would you like to give any last concluding comments or remarks?
Well, I would like to
Quickly.
say thank you very much for having us on the show. And
Most
thank you
welcome.
to your beautiful host,
Oh,
Cindy.
Co-host, yeah.
Such a pleasure meeting you. I've learned so much and I can't wait till my trip.
We have gained so much of knowledge about Cuba today. So with that
Yeah.
note, we would be ending our this evening's episode of Voice of Canada with our Cuban friends, I would say, who
I'm
are
Cuban
friends of
now.
Canada. even we have labeled Marlene as Cuban. So with that note, we'll be seeing you again next Saturday. Keep watching our show. Send us your comments, everything, so we can improve our show further. With that note, we would say goodbye, good night. God bless Canada.